Part 6. Tribes, Clans, and Warbands. The average orc has much time for formalized systems of military organization as he does for washing regularly or learning to read. As with every other aspect of their society, such divisions are as rough and ready as they are instinctive, and the orcs waste no time examining their whys and wherefores. The most basic unit of organization that can be applied to orcs is the tribe. Simply put, this is every orc that lives in a particular area that fights beneath the Wahag banner of the local war boss. Tribes include every squeak, runt, orc, war engine, and odd boy, making a claim to whatever territory they roam across. Some tribes build sprawling scrap forts and junk-strewn encampments. Such places typically boast everything from mechs workshops and pain boy clinics to squeak pins, weird boy towers, scrap iron bunkers, rutted racetracks, and the fecal stinking, fungus infested ablution pits known as the drops. Other tribes stay well ways on the move, especially those largely focused or solely made up of the speed freaks or beast snaggers. Such tribes may live off the land, inasmuch as they smash everything to bit and thieve or eat whatever they want from the wreckage. Entire mobile fortresses and encampments have also been witnessed, dragged along by huge teams of trampoline squeaks or motorized track units. Woman's pointy ears to waste on just thinking about stuff. All while they're busy doing that, the orcs is busy crumpling them. The clans. The clans stretch throughout all of orc society, right across the galaxy, regardless of boundaries, such as tribal allegiance. They are most closely analogous to societal castes. Being in no way organized or centralized, an orc instinctively knows what clan he belongs to. This is no conscious choice, but rather a commonality of instinctive inclinations, outlooks, and philosophies, not dissimilar to the spontaneous knowledge of the odd boys. Even uttering such fiddly-sounding words around orcs would likely move them to violence, of course. If they bother to put a name to it all, they just describe all this as their clan culture. Orcs belonging to the same clan favor wearing of similar colors, attaching superstitious significance to them. Blue is lucky. Black is no nonsense. Red makes things go faster, and so on. Orcs being orcs, these beliefs literally manifest themselves, as orcs daubed in blue war paint may escape death time and time again, due to the improbably fortunate ricochets, misfiring weapons, and the like, while a truck painted bright red really will travel faster than one in any other hue. Clans are more than just a matter of shared aesthetics, of course. Orcs from the same clan favor particular ways of war. They tend to have the same outlook on life, the galaxy, and everything, and may even exhibit particularly unifying physical characteristics. The Goth clan favor black garb, sometimes decorated with white checks. I know it's really lame of me, but I'm like to seeing the goth part, and I obviously understand that the reference is, goth culture. So now I'm just imagining a big titty anime girl, goth. Yeah. Maybe that'll be the next picture I use. Okay, stop getting distracted. Um, okay. Well, I guess it wouldn't be a Lunar D8 video if I didn't get distracted by thinking about big titty anime goth girlfriends and such. Okay, back to this. The goth clan favor black garb, sometimes decorated with white checks or jags. They tend towards an especially hulking build, boasting many knobs and particularly ferocious war bosses, and favor straightforward and tremendously violent solutions to every problem. The Evil Sons clan produces the most speed freaks, garbing themselves in bright reds and oranges. They race into battle aboard a ramshackle convoys of speeding vehicles, or else run alongside yelling at the top of their lungs. Everyone hates the Bad Moons clan, except, of course, the Bad Moons themselves. Show-offs one and all. Bad Moons have the fastest growing teeth. This makes them the richest orcs going, a fact they delight in flaunting, with their rich yellow garb showing gold jewelry and a preponderance over the top guns. The Death Skulls are well known to be unapologetic thieving gets, draping and smearing themselves in lucky blue. They take a light fingering approach to ownership, viewing battle as only the first stage in looting the corpses of their enemies and their dead mates. More dubious still are the Blood Axe clan, who all the other orcs view askance, observing such practices as wearing camouflage and formulating battle plans. These rather unorky orcs have a particular fondness for sneaky commandos, mobs of tank busters, and squadrons of very large tanks. Snakebite clan orcs are traditionalists, from whom stem the greatest numbers of beast snaggers. They wear leathery, primitive garb and eschew the more complex orky technologies. Those orcs who do not fit into a clan quickly become outcasts. This status in itself leads them to selfish acquisitiveness, earning them reputations as nasty pieces of work. Whether they are exiled or leave voluntarily, such greenskins become mercenary freebooters, fighting for plunder and riches while gladly allying themselves to anyone willing to pay. Mobs and warbands. In battle, the closest orcs get to forming unified squads as a mob. Like-minded orcs band together, usually under the violent command of a boss snob, then surge towards the enemy en masse. Some mobs, those kitted out with especially unpredictable high-tech weaponry, may instead be led by spanners. These talented greenskins use their mechanical skills to keep their fellow guns operational, and to stop them spontaneously igniting. A warband, in comparison, is the catch-all term for an orc army of almost any size. The smallest may include just a couple of mobs being bossed about by a big mech or war boss with aspirations of grandeur. Otherwise, a warband might represent a portion of a tribe's strength, sent out to scavenge or just cause trouble. At their largest, warbands may contain the combined might of multiple tribes, drawn together and fighting as one beneath the biggest war boss they've got. Some warbands include mobs from several different clans. Others may come solely from a single clan, a war boss or big mech gathering up all the lads he considers the best, before setting out to beat up all comers. Then there are warbands that tend toward particular cults in what passes for strategy. Beyond cults of speed and beast snagga stampedes, there are also blitz brigades made up of orc tanks and the boys who ride them. Stormboy corps that darken the skies with their hurtling bodies. Draka divisions that mass big guns, crude artillery, and many more besides, only when enough war bands are drawn together under a single almighty warlord does a real walk begin.